Hi, Vince here again to continue my journey of learning more tips and tricks and sharing some Linux terminal love. It's my hope that those who never thought they could be any good in terminal will lose any fear they might have and become more proficient in it, because it is still a great tool for getting some tasks done quickly and efficiently. Maybe some experienced users might discover some tricks they might not have known about. The beauty is that the skills you develop in terminal in one Linux distro will translate and be useful in other distros. As before, if you are completely new at this, I've linked an awesome tutorial on command line basics in the notes below. This one here. Today, what I thought I might cover are some tips on navigating directories in terminal. I'll briefly touch on the basics, but then cover some tricks that I had only just learnt about myself whilst researching for this video. First, let's bring up a terminal. And I'll make it a bit bigger for you because last time I forgot to. The first command I want to discuss is pwd, which stands for print working directory. When this command is run, it shows you the full path of the directory that you're in, like so. So here it shows that I'm in my home directory. We can try something else. And so here it's showing you that I'm in my home/documents directory. On the surface, this might seem a bit redundant, as usually the terminal prompt does tell you which directory you're in, or at least the deepest level of directory you're in. So here you can see I'm in my documents directory. Where the usefulness of this command comes is when you are knee-deep 6 levels down in some system or root directory you're working with, and you're about to run a command on some files that you're sure that if you get wrong, you might just live to regret. You want to be sure of the exact directory you're in. Also, there are some directories, particularly in the root file system, with the same name, but they're actually located in different subdirectories. An example might be if you're in the lib folder. There's multiple lib folders. There's /user/lib, there's /user/local/lib, /var/lib, and probably even others that I don't know. So pwd will tell you exactly where you are, giving you the full absolute path name. There's some more information for you about absolute and relative path names in this article, which I've linked below. So far, you've also seen me use the cd command to change directory. Hopefully this command is familiar to you by now, as one of the most commonly used commands in Linux or Unix-based terminals, and even Windows Command Prompt and PowerShell if you've used those. Of course, you can go to any directory you like by typing cd. So cd, I've got a directory here called, if I can spell it correctly, scripts. The first tip I want to show you of using cd is if you are anywhere in your file system, you can quickly and easily return to your home directory by typing cd and the tilde symbol. This is since the tilde symbol usually refers to your home directory. But did you know that an even faster and easier way is just to type cd itself? Let me show you. So let's go somewhere else first. And if I just type cd by itself, boom, I'm back in my home directory. This is super neat. I've tried it and it works in all the distros I've tested it in. The next tip is if you want to go up a level in your directory to what's called a parent directory, then you type cd space ... This takes you up a level. Finally, a really useful tip, which was one I just discovered, was you can quickly go back to the previous directory you were in by typing cd space dash. Now, using this command, you can actually go back and forth between two different directories. So if I typed it again, I will go back to that system home directory. Let's try it somewhere else. So let's go back to the Etsy X11 directory I was in. And from there, if I type cd space dash, see I'm going back and forth. This last tip is really neat, and personally, I think I'm going to try and use it more. It's especially great if you need to flip back and forth between directories, if you are editing files in one or another, or copying and moving things around. Also, just a word of note, the terminal doesn't handle directories with spaces in their names very well. If you have a directory with a space in its name, it's probably easiest to type it out within single quotes, like it's shown in the article here. Alternatively, you can preface a space with a backslash, otherwise known as escaping the space, as shown here as well. It's often said that you can pick a seasoned Linux user by the fact that they don't use any spaces in their directory names. Instead, using either an underscore or a hyphen or dash to separate words in their directory names. And with that, I'll leave it there for today. I hope you enjoyed this, maybe refreshed some things you already knew, or picked up a new tip. I've got some more information and links to some resources I've used in the video notes below. If you have any comments, questions or suggestions, including any tips you might know of and would like me to cover, leave them for me down below. Now, go bring up your terminal and practice. Then, maybe teach someone else what you've mastered. Bye.